to another video. Today I'm going to be making unicorn banana bread. So join me, and if you guys are new here, subscribe. If you're old subscribers, hey! So first we want to start by putting the oven on 375. You need a whole stick of butter, and you need a cup of sugar put into a larger bowl. What you're going to do with that stick of butter, is you're going to melt it. Not melt it all the way, but just enough to cream together with the sugar. And you're going to want to do it until it gets light and fluffy. I love looking at sugar and butter go great together. So you just want to mash it. Mash it, mash it, mash it. So it should look like this because you have mashed them together, beat them together, whatever you want to call it. And next you want to add 2 eggs. And you want to put it in a separate bowl and use a fork to whisk it together. You then want to add it to the butter and sugar mix, and you want to mix that together, but don't over mix it. You then want to add in 3 ripe bananas. The way you know it's ripe is these ones literally fell off the stem as I was picking 3 out of 4 bananas. And you can just use your fork because they're so soft to mash them into the mix. And you just want to mash and mash and mash until you make sure that there is no full pieces of banana. This is how this works. Normally I would put it in a separate pan and mash them, but I just was like, hey. So that's what it looks like when it's mashed. You want to take 1 teaspoon of baking soda and put it into a different container. So all of your dry materials are going to want to go into this container together. So you're going to need 1 teaspoon of your baking soda, and then you're going to need 1/2 teaspoon of your salt, and that goes in with the baking soda. And then you are going to want to add in 2 cups of flour. So here's 1, and then we need 1 more. So there's 2 cups of flour mixed in with the baking soda and the salt. We want to mix them together. Next, you want to take your dry and mix it in with your wet stuff. So I just added a little bit at a time because you do not want to over mix this. I like to see how it forms when it gets like this, to where the flour gets mixed in with all the other stuff. And just to see how, it starts to form like that cake dough or that cookie dough type of stuff like that. So like I said, I just added a little bit at a time, and I just kept mixing and mixing and mixing slowly, but mixing, because you really do not want to over mix this. Over mixing this can cause it to come out not the way that it's supposed to. So I'm still mixing and adding in the dry stuff. Eventually I was like, hey, let's just add it all in. And that's what it's going to look like. You want to add 1/2 cup of rainbow sprinkles into your mix, because this is what goes in there. And so you're going to want to fold it in there, but you can also mix it in there. So just slowly mix it in, add a little bit at a time. I love how when I mix in the rainbow sprinkles, it does not turn the batter, into like the rainbow colors like it would if you added it into something else. And so just keep adding them and mixing them and making sure that, everywhere gets it. Boom. Add all of it and then just say, hey. So I got a little pan. This is a little silicone pan. and I added in the mix, but I also put baking spray into it because last time it got stuck to the bottom a little bit. So you just pour it all in there, and you want to put it in the oven on 375 for 15 minutes. And so this is how you make the icing. You're gonna need 1/4 of butter, kind of melted. You want to add in 1 cup of powdered sugar. You want to mix those together. I love how they mix together. And then you want to take a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla and add that in there as well. And then you want to put it in a Ziploc bag, and you want to make sure you have some sprinkles. In the meantime, you want to put your oven on 350 for 20 minutes. You want to take your temperature down 20 to 30 minutes. And then you want to line something up to where the icing will get caught on. So I'm lining it up in a little cupcake pan with some clear wrap because aluminum foil would just make no sense. Anyway, so I took it out of the silicone and I put it on here, and there it is. There's the final product. And you just want to make sure that it's not gonna like overflow anywhere. And so what you're gonna do is cut a hole on that Ziploc bag on one of the tips, and just sprinkle it everywhere onto this banana bread. Even if you get it on the sides, that's great. This is a really great mixture to go on top because it makes it like really, really moist. And so I use literally like the whole bag. And then I threw it in the trash. And I was like, this clear wrap would be great because you see those parts where the icing dripped. I can easily scoop that up. So then you take your leftover sprinkles and you sprinkle it everywhere onto this banana bread. That's the reason why it's called unicorn banana bread, because we're using rainbow sprinkles and because there's rainbow sprinkles on the inside. I did find this recipe on Pinterest, and then we did it for my daughter's channel, but I said, hey, I want to share it with my subscribers, and so here we are, sharing this unique rainbow banana bread. And you guys can easily make this at home, do substitutions. The recipe will be in the description box for you all to make as well. Thanks for watching.